What's up guys, Clinter here, and we just had one of the most eventful reveals and stuff in a long time. New game modes, the new characters, and just a bunch of information. So for now, I'm just going to go over the new Legends Limited Super Vegeta's abilities, which is on the site, and we'll go from there. So this is him. Of course, I'll just briefly touch on the yellow text, but I'm mostly going to be focused on his real kit. So Legends Limited Super Vegeta takes the stage with a unique gauge, of course, as mentioned. Strength 1, powerful abilities when entering and remaining on battle. Okay, and inflicts 2 substitution counts on enemies. So if you guys can, connect the dots, he's essentially a modern Final Form Cooler. So Final Form Cooler inflicted sub counts when you landed his first arts, so it was like a 50-50 whether you dropped or not. But with this guy, it just happens automatically when he enters, so that's going to be annoying to say the least. Best part, there's no limit on the number of times. Okay, yeah, that's the best part. Sure. Huge boost to strike damage. Every 3 counts you recover health and ki, boost to damage. Strength 2, amazing offensive and defensive power when the unique gauge is full. So he gets plus 2 card draw speed, and the enemy's special cover changes will be nullified. Very good for an attacker. For defense, own unfavorable element factors will be nullified. And enemy special move, ultimate awakened arts, along with the rising rush and main ability will be sealed. So you're going to be extremely neutered as the enemy when Vegeta gets that gauge off. So that's about it. He is red, of course, but let's see the neutral mechanics he has before really commenting on that. Vegeta Clan Saiyan, Super Saiyan, pretty good. Cell Saga Z, of course. Alright, let's get started. Main ability, draws the Ultimate Arts card, Final Destruction. Alright. Restores own health by 25, ki by 50, pretty good. That ki is pretty nice. Charges own unique gauge by 50%, always handy, especially with how powerfully his unique gauge seems. Vanish gauge by 100%, love to see that on the main ability. Special cover change nullification for 10 counts, again just a great tool, and reduces enemies Dragon Ball by 1. That may have some interesting applications, but seems like a very powerful main ability so far. 25 timer counts, okay, that's pretty standard. Z ability, Vegeta Clan, Cell Saga, or Saiyan, alright, pretty good coverage. To strike attack and defense, and then 18% blast defense when he's completely maxed out. Strike attack reduces enemy ki by 30 on hit. Not the greatest effect, I'd say, but he does have blast armor, which is amazing. Blast, again, he gets the ki reduction. Again, not the greatest effect when you're going on the offensive. Special move, massive impact damage, minus 70% to health restore, pretty nice, for 10 timer counts as well. Destroys all your own cards upon activation. Okay, so if you guys can think about this again, it's pretty similar to units like LF Bardock. It gets stronger the more cards you destroy when you initiate the special move. So he gets up to 60% special move damage when he destroys 2 or more cards, and restores ki by 50. Alright, of course the blast armor, standard. And now going on to the special arts card. Randomly draws 1 new card. Okay, that's good. Ki as well, 50 ki is always nice. Charges own unique gauge by 20%, 15 damage inflicted, 15% to own health restore, alright. And minus 15% to next own special move arts cost. Cannot be stacked, alright. And randomly destroys 2 enemy cards. That can be annoying, but not the craziest green card it looks like. Alright, moving on to the ultimate. Massive impact, applies the following effects to self upon activation. 40% to ultimate damage inflicted for 3 counts, pretty good. Nullifies enemies, restore health when it reaches 0, so endurance effects. Nice, I would have liked to see if that not being cancelled, but it is what it is. Same with the ultimate damage, that can be cancelled as well, not ideal. If unique gauge is full, alright, another 30% ultimate damage inflicted, which can be cancelled again, and 30% sustained damage cut penetration, but that can also be cancelled. A lot of cancelable effects, which is not great, to be honest, especially because there's units like Spirit Bomb Goku running around in PvP right now. So, alright, let's see how how we can get the most out of that. Anyways, unique ability 1. Applies the following effects when battle starts. Okay, pretty nice. 30% to unique gauge. Alright, so he starts off with some percentage in his unique gauge already, similar to units like the LF Purple Cell. 100% damage inflicted, good. 70% damage, reduced damage received, pretty standard. And 1 level of card draw. Following effects occur when he enters the battlefield, draws a strike arts, restores own ki, nice. 60% to damage inflicted, okay, so he's at 160 already. Plus 50% to the next strike arts, damage inflicted, okay. So his strike is going to be doing a lot of damage, and there it is, the inflicts all enemies with 2 subcounts, so yeah, cooler vibes. Also applies the following effects to self of their 2 defeated battle members. Restores health by 20%, charges unique gauge by 50, alright, not bad. Following effects occur every 3 timer counts, so he restores health by 3%, ki by 20, alright, so kind of like Ultra Kid Buu in a sense. Plus 20% damage inflicted up to 60%. Effect resets after character switch. So that can be cancelled, but because it resets, it's fine. And also debuffing the enemy plus 10% to damage received for 10 timer counts, okay, pretty good. Also inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade plus 3 to all art, so a little bit of a defensive tool, but won't matter as much. Okay, following effects occur when enemy switches characters. Okay, 15% to damage inflicted for 10 timer counts, pretty good. Shortens allies subcounts by 2, activates 5 times. Alright, so you gotta keep in mind we're on the offensive here, and most likely that's when the enemy characters will be switching. It can also be handy when you're taking hits and the enemy switches into, for example, type advantage. So, pretty decent. 2 counts is a little low, but still good. Reduces enemy ki by 20. Alright. So, seems like this is more so a defensive ability. Yeah, minus 10% to strike and blast arts, and then debuffing the special move Ultimate and Awaken by 30% as well. It does inflict it on all enemies, which you do like to see. Alright, so special cover change. Yep, knocks back enemy to long range on strike arts. Pretty good, and you can combo the special, of course. Rapidly. Okay, that's a good thing to keep in mind. Charges own unique gauge while this character is on the battlefield. And the following effects when it's full. Restores own vanishing gauge by 100%. Activates 3 times. Okay. Alright, that's pretty strong already. Nullifies own unfavorable element factors for 15 timer counts. And cannot be cancelled, so that is huge. They rarely give out element nullification that's not, or that cannot be cancelled. So going to be very useful, especially against the blues, the Goku side of Barku and Spirit Bomb Goku. He does get cover null for 10 timer counts, pretty good. Cancels own attribute downgrades and abnormal conditions, that's fine. Nullifies own attribute downgrades and abnormal conditions for 10 timer counts. Okay, so you're kind of immune to everything once that gauge is full. Seals enemy special move ultimate and awakened arts. Okay, so that's actually quite a big defensive aspect. So say you're getting pummeled by Super 17 or pretty much any other unit in the meta right now, and the moment this pops, say they're trying to go and chain in a special move or an ultimate and it gets locked, they're just stood there blankly, and you can get priority, probably get a kill. So very strong there. Yeah, seal outs cannot be used for 5 counts. And it also seals Rising Rush and main abilities, so just a lot of potential for disruption. Very nice to see. Okay, also applies the following effects to self while unique gauge is full. So he gets 30% damage inflicted and card draw speed by 1 level. Both cannot be cancelled. So there's technically 2 ways this can work, although based on the word, the yellow text, I'm pretty sure it's the one way. So this technically can be stacked, but since it only mentions while full, it probably removes the buff as well when you reset the gauge. Now, it does say there, resets own unique gauge to 0, and the following effects occur when this character switches to standby. So it resets when he goes to standby, and he gets 10% health. He restores ally ki, which is always nice, and also supporting in case he didn't do enough offensively and defensively. 20% damage. Very, very solid, well-rounded kit. I think this guy is probably going to age pretty well. He has a lot of mechanics that, stuff that cannot be cancelled, and that unique gauge is just ridiculous. Anyways, let's finish up here. Also applies the following effects to self if unique gauge had been full. So this is while resetting. So while moving him to standby. Restores on health by 10%, so it goes up to 20% heal. And then shortens sub count by 4. Wow. Okay. So you're supporting allies, you're healing, but you also can get Vegeta back in quicker if you have the unique gauge full. Yeah. This is definitely a good follow-up after Super 17, who was just ridiculous too. So it's hard to say exactly where I think he'll land. He is strike based. There are some options for him. Of course, just running him with Barku is pretty obvious, but yeah, I think he can potentially, he looks top 10 at least, potentially top 5, but I don't like making exact commentary on that till we see the unit in game. So that was Legends Limited Super Vegeta. We also did get Android 16, who also had a ranged ultimate, just like the Super Vegeta. And this is the first time they did that since Gotenks, Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. So pretty exciting. We don't have his full kit, of course, so we'll just be seeing that in-game when he drops. That's about it. Hope you guys are excited. Please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see the showcases for these new characters and just more content in general. So that's about it. Peace.